कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते। तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षै क्षिप्ताश्च कामादि तरंगमध्ये कृपामयी त्वां शरणां प्रपन्ना वृंदे नमस्ते चरणारविंदे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। आज भी एक विशेष तिथि बराहदेव का प्रकट तिथि आविर्भाव। तो यही जो है भगवान का रूप ग्रहण, वराह, नृसिंह, मत्स्य, कूर्म, यही सब रूप ये अच्छा है। प्रहलाद का आचरण अच्छा है, लेकिन इसको खंडन किया गजेंद्र मुखन स्तोत्र में। नाम रूपे गुण दोष एव वा। उनका नाम रूप गुण में कोई दोष होता नहीं। जो कोई रूप में आए, जो कोई आचरण करे, सभी जीव का मंगल के लिए, इसलिए नहीं। लेकिन हम लोग इनसे ज्यादा फायदा उठा नहीं सकता, इसलिए इनका बारे में हम लोग कुछ ये नहीं किया। लेकिन ये तो हिरण्यकशिपु का भाई को मारा, उन्होंने क्या किया, धरित्री से को उठाया। ऐसा संभव, इसलिए भगवान का जन्म कर्म चमे दिग्गम। इस जगत में एक आदमी ने हमारा चैतन्य गौड़ीय मठ का सामना में एक दांत में पकड़कर बांस को खींच के ले जाएगा, जो बांस में धात्री भटकी है। इसको देखने के लिए इतना आदमी आया, वो बड़दांडो भर गया। हम लोग फर्स्ट फ्लोर से देखने लगा। इससे आश्चर्य हुआ और देखा साइकिल में रहता है रात दिन, साइकिल से उतरता नहीं। और साइकिल का पीछे बांध कर बांस भट्टी यात्री को खींच के ले जाएगा। इससे ही आश्चर्य हो जाता है। उसको ही देखने के लिए टिकट ऐसा ही फालतू नहीं, ऐसा देखो। ऐसे ही देखा था सब। और इन्होंने धरित्री को उठाया, इसलिए बोला जन्मो कर्मो तमे दिव्यम। इसीलिए तो हिरण्यकशिपु विष्णु को मारने के लिए ही हुआ। उन्होंने हमारा भाई को मारा, इसलिए ये हमारा दुश्मन है। या प्रहलाद को उन्होंने पूछा, क्या पूछा? जो गृहों में संत समागम हरि कथा नहीं होता है, उस गृह को त्याग करके वन में निवास करना ही मैं अच्छा समझता हूँ। कौन बोला? प्रहलाद। वन में निवास करना नहीं, विष्णु आराधना करना वन में निवास करके। वनं गतो यत् हरिमश्रयेत, वन में जाकर हरि का चरणाश्रय करना, इसको मैं उत्तम समझता। तभी उनका गुस्सा आया। किस लिए? जो हमारा दुश्मन है, हमारा भाई को मारा है, उनका गुलामी करना हमारा लड़का बोलता है अच्छा है। इसीलिए क्या करेगा? इनको खत्म करना। लेकिन कर सकेगा? प्रहलाद को खत्म कर सकेगा? किस लिए नहीं कर सकेगा? ये भगवान का चरणाश्रय किया। और भगवान जिनको शरण देते हैं, उनका किसी अवस्था में कोई भय रहता नहीं। इसलिए जग विभेति स्वयं भयम, भय भी जिनको भय करता है, तो उनको ये करेगा कौन? चाहे मोक्ष रूप हो, कूर्म हो। जब कूर्म हुआ, मोक्ष हुआ, तब उन्होंने सर्वशक्तिमान है या नहीं? सर्वशक्तिमान है। जो सारा देवता असुर मिलकर मंदार पर्वत को धारण नहीं कर सका, उनको ही अपना पीठ के ऊपर रख कर बड़ा आराम अनुभव करने लगे। अरे लोग मंथन करने लगे। तो ये सारा देवता एक तरफ और असुर एक तरफ, दोनों तरफ खींच के मंथन उसको रख नहीं सकता। तब भगवान ने उसका अपना पीठ पर रख दिया। तो ये लोगों का क्या बहादुरी है, क्या ताकत है। जैसा भी हो, इसीलिए बोला नाम रूपे गुण दोष ये बाबा। उनका नाम में, रूप में कोई गुण भी नहीं, दोष भी नहीं। गुण क्या बोला? न प्राची तो कोई गुण नहीं है। भगवान निर्गुण, हरि भी निर्गुणो सक्षत प्रकृति पुरुषो परा। हरि साक्षात निर्गुण, प्रकृति आदि का मरे, और इनमें कोई दोष लगता नहीं। तो ये बराह देव को पूजन करता है या नहीं? पूजन करता है। मैसूर में गया था, वहाँ जो राज पैलेस है तो चार तरफ ऐसा मत्स्य, कुल्म, बरह, नृसिंह, बामन सब मूर्ति है। जब गया था हम लोग, बराह देव का ये था, हाँ ऐसा, तो उसका पूजन होता है। और यही जो बड़ा हो सुगौर, इसका पूजन करेगा। जब भगवान जो करेंगे वही मंगल, वही सुंदर। इसलिए बोला ननाम रूपे गुण दोष ही भगवान। गजेंद्र को उद्धार किया किस रूप से? भगवान ने गरुड़ का ऊपर चढ़ के जल्दी से जल्दी किया। इसलिए भक्त है विपदग्रस्त, इसलिए अपना भोजन को छोड़कर वो चल दिया। गरुड़ को बोलता है चलो जल्दी चलो। अभी लक्ष्मी को एक विचार आया, जे अभी अभी बोला बहुत भूख है, भोजन दो। और अभी अभी वो गरुड़ को बोलता है आ जाओ। वो गरुड़ का ऊपर से सवार होकर चल रहा है। तो लक्ष्मी छुपा के कोई गरुड़ के ऊपर बैठ के रही। कहाँ जाते हैं इनको देखो, कहाँ जाते हैं। और गरुड़ को भी उन्होंने डांटते हैं, ये तुम्हारा कोई योग्यता है नहीं, तेज चलो। भक्त विपदग्रस्त है। कौन भक्त विपदग्रस्त है? गजेंद्र। इसलिए सूर्यदास का कीर्तन है, नाक कान डूबाने लगे कृष्ण के पुकारे, हे गोविंद राखो प्राण आप तो जीवनो हारे। यह है आज तो भक्त, जैसा जैसा हो। उन्होंने बोला ये चार प्रकार के भक्त मुझे भजन करते हैं, आर्त, जिज्ञासु और तर्क ज्ञानी। आर्त भक्त कौन है? गजेंद्र। जिज्ञासु शुनक आदि ऋषिगण। अर्थार्थी ध्रुव। ये सभी भगवान का भक्त है और सभी सुकृतिमान। एक विपद में पड़ा इसलिए भगवान को पुकारा, ये सुकृतिमान नहीं है, ये बात नहीं। सब सुकृतिमान ना होने भगवान को पुकार नहीं सकता है। अरे भगवान वो जो कोई हो उनको कृपा करते हैं। ये उसका लेके चला जाएगा, धरित्री को समुद्र में डुबा देगा। लेकिन उन्होंने उठाया। किससे उठाया? दांत से। हाथ से उठा लिया। तो भगवान का दांत का बोल इसलिए बोलता है भगवान षोडशेश्वर। षोडशेश्वर क्या? ऐश्वर्यस्य समग्रस्य वीर्यस्य यशस्य ज्ञान वैराग्यस्यैव छन्नां भव इति गणा। समग्र ऐश्वर्य भगवान में। कैसे समग्र ऐश्वर्य भगवान में? ना, भगवान का जो भूमि ये चिंतामणि, भूमि का रेणु चिंतामणि, उनका गो है कामधेनु। एक कामधेनु से आकृष्ट हो गया कार्तवीर्यार्जुन, कृतवीर्य का पुत्र। तो देखा कि इतना सेना, हाथी घोड़ा सबको बराबर आतिथ्य कर लिया एक फकीर ने, जमदग्नि ने। तो राजपुरुष का संदेह होता है कि कहां से इसको ये किया, समाधान किया। तब पूछा, उन्होंने बोला हमारा कुछ इसमें कृतित्व तो नहीं है, ये माता जी का माने कामधेनु का। कब उसको लेने के लिए इच्छा। लेकिन ले सका नहीं, ले सका। उन्होंने बोला माता जी मैं तो आपको रक्षा नहीं कर सकता, आपका मर्जी है, अब जाओ, और हमें कृपा करना है तो यही रहो। उनका मुख से सेना निकाला और उसी से ही उनको हटा दिया। इसलिए जमदग्नि का पुत्र छोटा परशुराम उन्होंने परशु से 21 दफा निक्षत्रिय किया अकेला, क्योंकि ये भगवान का शक्त्यावेश अवतार। शक्ति को आवेश भगवान नहीं किया, उनमें शक्ति को आवेश किया। उनमें ही इतना ताकत। वो कैसे आदेश कैसा होता है? जैसे लोहा में आग प्रवेश करे, आग का आवेश हो जाए, ये हाथ जलाता या नहीं? जलाता है। तो लोग बोलता है कढ़ाई में हाथ जल गया रसोई पकाने में। कढ़ाई हाथ जलाता है, उसको साफ करता है, मानता है, हाथ जलाता है किसी को? लेकिन जब आग का आवेश होता है, इसलिए बोला ये अग्नि शक्ति नहीं, लोह जैसे कोई जारोन, अग्नि का ताकत से लोहा दूसरी को जला देता है। इसमें भी भगवान रकमारी अवतार, शक्तावेश अवतार, पृथु व्यासदेव आदि सब शक्तावेश अवतार। शक्ति को आवेश हुआ, आवेश होने से वो सब कर सकता। ये तो भगवान ही आया बराह रूप से, इसलिए ये उद्धार करने के लिए दरिद्र को आया सब। और भगवान तो इसमें दांतों का क्या शक्ति देखो, एक पृथ्वी को उद्धार किया। पैर का कितना शक्ति देखो, पैर का अंगुली से उसमें ही कोई उठा नहीं सकता। ऊंट का कितना ताकत है, 6 क्रोश 18 किलोमीटर लंबाई जो पुतना, इनको स्तन पीने का छल से ही मार दिया। ये ऊँटों से छुड़ा सकती है, बार बार बोलता है छोड़ो छोड़ो, वो छोड़ता ही नहीं। और हाथ का कितना था वो, ये छोटो 6 दिन का बच्चा स्तन को पकड़ा, वो छुड़ा सके? जिसको भी देखो हाथ का कितना ताकत है। गिरिराज गोवर्धन को 7 दिन तक धारण करके रख दिया, वो भी कनिष्ठ उंगली का नाखून का ऊपर। इसलिए वो जो रख दिया, रखने से ही उनका महिमा, और वो ना करने से महिमा नहीं, ये बात नहीं। जिस वक्त जो जरूरत होता है उस वक्त उसी रूप धारण करती है, सभी भक्तों का मंगल के लिए। दूसरी के कोई ये नहीं। जैसे भगवान को आराधना करता है भक्त, भगवान को आराधना बगैर भक्तों का कुछ काम नहीं। भक्त भगवान में भक्तिमान, भक्तिमान मतलब सेवा करने वाले। भक्ति उसी को बोलता है। क्या भक्ति है? जे भगवान का इंद्रियों से, इंद्रियों का अधिपति भगवान का सेवा का नाम है भक्ति। तो अपना सब इंद्रियों से भगवान का सेवा करना भक्ति है। और भगवान का काम है भक्ति भक्तिमान। इन्होंने अपना सब इंद्रियों से भक्तों को सेवा करना, सब इंद्रिय से भक्त, इसलिए भक्ति भक्तिमान। गरुड़ को भी डांटा, ये तुम्हारा गति ठीक नहीं, अरे पवन का माफिक गति में चल रहा है, उसको भी ये कर दिया। आखिर में क्या किया, उन्होंने ऊपर से छलांग लगाकर स्वयं चक्कर से आकर्षण करके ग्रहों को गोला काट कर गजेंद्र को छुड़ाया। तो ये ठीक हुआ? भक्तों ने क्या करेगा, अपना इंद्रिय को कौन सा काम में लगाएगा? काम कृष्ण कर्मार्पण, कृष्ण के लिए अपना कामना को नियुक्त करेगा। क्रोध भक्त देशी जने, भक्त विद्वेषी में क्रोध। हनुमान किया नहीं? दो साधु संगे हरि कथा, लोभ भी हो कोई दोष नहीं, यदि सत्संग में हरि कथा श्रवण करे उससे वो बदल जाएगा। हरि कथा सुना दो प्रकार की, एक विद्वेष से और एक प्रीति से। यदि विद्वेष से भी सत्संग करे व्यतिरेक संग हो जाता है, व्यतिरेक संग होने से भी उनका मंगल होता है। जोगाई मादाई नित्यानंद प्रभु को पास कथा सुनने के लिए गया था ना उनको मारने के लिए गया। जब मारने के लिए गया तब भी उनका सत्संग हुआ। कंस रात दिन कृष्ण विद्वेष किया, तब भी कंस को सायुज्य मुक्ति मिला। जो ज्ञानी लोग चाहता है वो उनको मिल गया। उसने वहां सवाल किया कि इनका तो बोले तो कोड़ बीमार होना था और उनको सायुज्य मुक्ति मिल गया। क्योंकि दो प्रकार में आवेश होता है, एक अनुकूल एक प्रतिकूल। इसलिए बोला पर स्वभाव कर्मणि न प्रशंसे न गौरव। दूसरे को स्वभाव को तारीफ भी नहीं करना, विद्वेष भी नहीं करना। तारीफ थोड़ा बहुत कर सकता है लेकिन विद्वेष नहीं करना। किसलिए न प्रशंसे न गौरव। किसको बाद में बोला न गौरव। विधि पूर्व परोर पर विधि बलवान, यही न्याय शास्त्र का बात है। दो विधि है, एक है पहले बोला और एक है बाद में बोला। दोनों का बीच में किसका प्राधान्य है? पर विधि। जैसे नियम होता है, पहले नियम था ऐसा चल रहा था, अभी मोदी ने इसको बदल दिया। 500 रुपया 1000 रुपये का जो नोट है ये बातिल, इस तारीख से ही, तो उसका बाद आज वो चलेगा नहीं बाजार में। तो किसका गुरुत्व दिया? इतना दिन से आया, कभी तो ऐसा हुआ नहीं। ये राजनीतिक नेता तो किसको बोलता है, लेकिन शास्त्र में बोलता है परविधि बोलो मन। फिर बोला 2000 उठाएगा, 4500 उठाएगा, 5000 उठाएगा, हफ्ता में 24000। ऐसा जो बोलता है वही का, क्योंकि ये परो विधि, पहले जो विधि था वो चलता नहीं। इसलिए पूर्वो परोर पर विधि भगवान। तो ये शास्त्र में बोला नो प्रशंसे नो गौरव। पहले प्रशंसे बोला, बाद में बोला गौरव। ये निंदा नहीं करना, व्यतिरिक भावी चल जाना। कंस को कृष्ण में आवेश हुआ, पानी पीने के लिए जाता है, वहां कृष्ण दिखता है, जहां जहां जाता है कृष्ण ही दिखते। व्यतिरेक में आवेश हो गया। दोनों ही फायदा, क्योंकि भगवान मंगलमय वहां से अमंगल का कोई सवाल पैदा ही नहीं। दूध को टैंक है, उसमें आपने पानी डाला और जो उछल के आएगा वो क्या आएगा? दूध आएगा ना पानी आएगा? दूध ही आएगा। इसमें भी भगवान का जिधर से भी स्पर्श करे वो मंगल ही आएगा, अमंगल नहीं आएगा। अमंगल है ही नहीं। और जिसलिए भगवान पूर्ण वस्तु है। यहाँ जो मिसाल दिया, टैंक में दूध भरा हुआ है, इसमें आपने पानी दिया 1 लोटा, तो 1 लोटा ऊपर क्या आया? जो ऊपर आ गया वो दूध बन के आया, लेकिन इनका स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी कम हुआ। इसलिए ये जो टैंक है पूर्ण वस्तु नहीं है। टैंक पूर्ण है किंतु वस्तु पूर्ण नहीं। और भगवान ने पूर्ण किस लिए? नवों पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। पूर्ण से पूर्ण जन से पूर्ण ही अवशेष रहेगा। तो इसीलिए जैसा भी हो, फिर बोला मन जेनो केनत उपायनो मनो कृष्णो निवेश। जो कोई तरीका से भगवान को मन को ऊपर अपना मन को निवेश करो। इसलिए जोगाई मादाई को मंगल हुआ कि नहीं हुआ? तो ऐसे ही कंस को भी मुक्ति हुआ, जिसलिए मंगलमय है। इसलिए बोला जो कोई रूप हो भगवान, जन्म कर्म तमे दिव्यम। हमारा जन्म कर्म सब दिव्य। एवं जो व्यक्ति तत्व, जो इसको तत्व तो समझता है, तो उनका कोई बिगाड़ता नहीं। तो भगवान कुर्म हो, मत्स्य हो, बड़ा हो, शुकर हो, सभी मंगल देता है। अमंगल कहा नहीं। जवाब बताओ।
Whatever I translate, it is never ever word by word translation. It always comes like the way my mind accepts Maharaj's Harikatha. According to that, it comes in the translation. So if somebody is looking for like word by word or something like that, then I'm sorry for that. That will not be there. At least with my translation, it never comes so. Even though I try, but still never comes like that. So the first thing Srila Maharaj started mentioning is that today is a very auspicious day, the appearance day of Lord Varahadev. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna, he has mentioned Janma Karma Chame Divyam. My birth, my activities, each and everything related to me is transcendental. Those who come to this understanding, those who know all these truths, for them it is possible to reach to my abode. otherwise not. So Srila Maharaj started mentioning that how Lord does not matter in which form he appears or the name he accepts. In each and every form, all the 6 qualities of Lord Bhagavan is there. The meaning of Bhagavan in itself is Bhagavan. 2 words are there. Like if somebody says in Hindi or Sanskrit, Dhanvan means a person who is the possessor of wealth. Dhanvan, possessor of wealth. Buddhiman, a person who is having very good intelligence. So in the same way, Bhagavan means a personality. Bhag means 6 opulences. Aishwaryasya, Viryasya, Yashasa, Shriya, Gyan, Vairagyancha. All these 6 things are in their complete form in him. That's why he is known as Bhagavan. So Srila Maharaj mentioned that even though in this world ordinarily we see that if a hog comes in front of somebody, then it seems like it's hatred. But when Bhagavan accepts the same form, then it is most worshipable. It is lovable. It is not like ordinary form. That's why Gajendra, in his prayers, in Srimad Bhagavatam, he mentions that, O Lord, does not matter what form you accept, whatever name you adopt, whatever kind of qualities, form you show, you come up with, each and everything in itself becomes transcendental. There is no fault in it at all. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned about Varahadev, that how powerful he was. Even on his teeth, he was able to uphold the whole earth. In so many different forms, Lord appears, and in each and every form, he is powerful. Even his teeth is very powerful, his nail is powerful, his toe is powerful, each and every limb of the Lord is powerful, and he can accomplish whatever work he wants to accomplish with any of his limbs. Like Srila Maharaj mentioned that in this world, one time in Puri, Srila Maharaj saw that a person, he announced that he can pull the bus, which is full of pilgrims, people. So he will pull that bus with his teeth. So Srila Maharaj mentioned that the road which is just there, like this called Bada Danda, where people come to watch Rath Yatra, see Rath Yatra. At that time in Rath Yatra, we see that how big crowd is there. So in the same way, Srila Maharaj mentioned, everybody came to see that person also. It was such a big crowd. And Maharaj mentioned that we also saw from our first floor, from Chaitanya Gaudiya Math's first floor. So Maharaj also saw. So Srila Maharaj mentioned that in this world, even activity just by one person, it becomes a center of attraction. Everybody becomes astonished that, oh, how powerful that person is. He is able to do this. Or sometime some people come, they say that, oh, we will be riding bicycle for 7 days, 7 nights continuously in one circle. And they used to come. When I was a child, I also saw that continuously they used to ride on bicycle in one circle. So people are astonished even to see these kind of things. Then what to speak of a personality who is able to uphold even the whole earth on his teeth, or is able to hold Giriraj Govardhan on the nail. So how powerful is he? So his power, when it is being seen little bit even in this world, in anybody, each and every person become astonished. If somebody by great good fortune comes in contact with that personality who is the source of all power, from whom all power comes, then what kind of astonishment can come in the heart of a person we can't even conceive. We can't even think about it. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned that how in the form of Kurma, when Lord appeared, that Parvat, that mountain which demigod and demons, both of them, with their collective efforts, they were unable to move it even or hold it for 1 second. That mountain was being kept on the back of Kurmadev, and it was not a problem for him at all. It was like a ball for him that something is there on the back. In that way he felt. So how powerful each and every incarnation of Lord is. But in between Srila Maharaj mentioned that even though all the incarnations of Lord are powerful, their names are also powerful. Why? Because Lord is Mangalmay. He is the cause of all auspiciousness. But still, Srila Maharaj mentioned that how from different avatar we are unable to get any benefit for ourselves. Even though they came in this world, they performed some activities whenever it was required, whatever kind of pastime he was performing because he wanted to protect his devotees. Because of this reason he performed different pastimes, but still we did not get benefit out of it. For this Srila Maharaj sometime quotes one verse from Srila Rupa Goswami's Padyavali, where Srila Rupa Goswami Pad says that even though many incarnation of Lord has come in the form of Nrsimhadev, Varahadev, Vaman or so many other incarnations, but still I got benefited by which particular form of the Lord, that is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in this way he mentions that even though somebody may worship other incarnations also, but because I got benefited in this form only through Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so I will be completely dedicating myself only for that particular thing for which he appeared. I will be giving my whole energy, whole strength just for that. This is what also Srila Maharaj mentioned in between. Then when Srila Maharaj was speaking about Gajendra, at that time he mentioned that Gajendra, when he was having fight for many years with
1,000 years.
for 1,000 years with this Graha crocodile, then the time when he prayed for the mercy of Lord, he was about to take his food, his meal, and he asked Lakshmi Devi that bring as soon as possible, I am feeling very hungry. The time when she was bringing, meanwhile he heard the prayers of Gajendra and asked Garud, get ready immediately, we have to go. Forget about his hunger and rushed to reach to the place where Gajendra was. Lakshmi Devi also secretly, she also climbed on Garud, but Lord was unable to see her. In that way she was hiding, wanted to see that for whom he is even ready to give up his hunger. So that's why Lord, Narayan, he was asking Garud that why you are going so slow, even though he was flying in the speed like the air can blow very fast, but still Lord was not satisfied. Why? Because he was thinking about his devotee, he wanted to reach immediately, and at the end he was unable to tolerate the speed of Garud, he jumped from it and he himself flew more faster, much more faster than Garuda and reached over there. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned this Gajendra, he was a devotee who was suffering. A person when he suffers and remembers Lord, at that time he is known as Artha. A person is suffering in difficulty, if he remembers Lord, then it is called as Artha. In Bhagavad Gita it has been mentioned there are 4 types of devotees. Those who remember Lord, Arth, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani cha, Bhartarshava. Krishna mentions to Arjuna that those people, those who are having lot of sukritis, only these kind of people in the time of suffering they can remember me. If they have no sukritis, even though they will suffer, but they will not remember me, they will remember other demigods or somebody else. They will rely on their relatives, their friends, this and that, but they will not remember me unless and until they are having sukritis. Artharthi. Srila Maharaj mentioned Dhruva. He was Artharthi. He wanted wealth. That's why he went to worship the Lord. Jigyasu. Jigyasu was Sanak, Sanandan, etc. All the Chatusan, they were Jigyasu. And Jnani, Shaunaka, no. This,
Jigyasu.
Jigyasu, Sanak, and Jnani is Chatusan. So all these devotees, they took shelter of the Lord when they were having some desire to know about something or whatsoever. Why? Because they were having sukritis. Srila Maharaj mentions many times that by sukritis one can take shelter of the Lord, but still he cannot, like Srila Maharaj quotes this verse, that Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavita Mati Kriyatam Yadi Kutopi Labhyate Tatra Lalyam Api Mulyam Ekalam Janma Koti Sukriti Rapi Na Labhyate. Even though by some sukritis of some lifetimes one may even take shelter of Lord when he is in the stage of suffering or wants wealth or this and that, but that particular thing which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, one cannot attain by the sukritis of 100 and 1000 of lifetimes. Srila Maharaj mentions unless and until a great personality, a devotee of Lord, he reveals his wealth in front of somebody. Once sukriti of 1000 lifetime is not capable to attain that thing which one can attain by the association of sadhu, a sadhu who can reveal his heart, shows his wealth to that person. So that particular thing which Mahaprabhu came to give, one can only become eligible to understand or follow it only when he is so fortunate that in front of him a great personality reveals his heartfelt wealth in front of that person. Otherwise not possible. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned that in this material world, even though a person may become king, but still he is not satisfied. If he comes to know that somebody is having Kamdhenu, a cow, by which he can milk anything and everything.
Fulfill all kinds of desires.
One can fulfill all kind of desires, like milking a cow. Whatever he wants, he can accept, he can get from the cow. So the very great king, those who are having 100 and 1000 of things in his possession, even though he was also he got greed just by seeing one cow, Kamadhenu, which was there with Yamadagni, the father of Parshuram. So Srila Maharaj mentioned that, but a person who becomes attracted to the lotus feet of Lord by the mercy of devotee, he never gets attracted. But to speak of one Kamdhenu, even 100 and 1000 of Kamdhenus, he is not attracted for that. He wants to serve the Lord. He wants to engage all his senses in the service of Lord. That is called bhakti. Other than that, if somebody desires something for one's own sense enjoyment, for one's own selfishness, then his action does not matter whatever it may be. It does not fall in the category of bhakti. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned that there are two kind of people. Even though sometimes he mentions in little different way also, but today especially he mentioned that there are two different kind of people who hear Harikatha. There are people who hear Harikatha while they are having full surrender in their heart. They want to really take the words of sadhu into their heart, want to understand, relish, and want to go follow their life with those words, want to lead their life with those words. And then there are sadhus, there are people who come to sadhu with vidvesh. Vidvesh means some kind of enmity, some kind of malice in their heart. With that, or we see what he speaks, or how much he knows, or with any kind of
challenge mood.
Any kind of consciousness. They come and then they hear. But still Srila Maharaj mentioned that somehow or other, if somebody comes in the contact of great personality, he definitely gets benefited. How? Srila Maharaj gave example of Nityananda Prabhu. That how when Jagai and Madhai, even though with negative mood, they come close to him, they got benefited. Kamsa, even though he was having all negative feeling for Krishna, but still he was able to attain that particular liberation which Brahma Gyanis attained. Why? Because Lord, his devotees, they are Mangalmay. Srila Maharaj mentions this May Pratyay, Mangalmay. May, this second word, Mangalmay, May Pratyay. Wherever this May word is used, what does it mean? It means like sugar candy. From top to bottom, inside, outside, here and there, everywhere it is sweet. So in the same way, Mangalmay, if we say Lord is Mangalmay, May Pratyay is there. Mangal means auspiciousness, means in each and every corner, does not matter however one comes in his contact, they will get auspiciousness. So that's why Srila Maharaj gave very simple example. Can say like if you throw a stone into mud, then what will come to you? Come on your face, mud. But if you throw a stone in the pot which is full of milk, then what will come on you? Only milk itself. So in the same way, the devotees of Lord, they are full of auspiciousness. Does not matter you approach them positively or negatively, but what will come to you? All auspiciousness will fall on you. This is the speciality of coming in contact with devotees and the Lord, somehow or other. Then Srila Maharaj, one point he made at the end, that पर स्वभाव कर्मणि ना प्रशंसेत ना निंदेत garhet. So in Srimad Bhagavatam this verse comes. The instruction is been given that we should not par swabhav karmani, by seeing someone's nature or by seeing someone's activities, we should not praise them. At the same time, we should not criticize them. So, according to Nyaya Shastra, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami also quotes in Chaitanya Charitamrita when he is speaking about Ramchandra Puri. At that time, he is mentioning this verse, Par Swabhav Karmani na prashanshit na garavet. That the rule is been given. What is that? That if first of all, don't do both things. Why? Because by praising somebody or by criticizing somebody, you are going to associate with that person, directly or indirectly. Directly by praising, indirectly you are associating with that person by criticizing. So that's why those people with whom we don't want to associate, so why we should even think about them or speak about them negatively even. Otherwise, it is considered that we are associating with them, and the result of association will definitely manifest in us. So that's why it has been mentioned that, oh, if require, you can praise sometime. But the second thing, par vidhi balwan, means that particular word, that particular thing which is been mentioned afterward. Purv and par, there are two words. Purv means first. So in this verse, what is been mentioned first? Na prashanshet. Don't glorify. Don't praise. And the second is par. Par means na garhet. Don't criticize. So the rule is that par vidhi balwan. First, in any case you can do, but the later one you should never do. Otherwise, what will happen? That it is considered that you are associating with that person. And by this, what will happen? We will be breaking the rule. Like Srila Maharaj speaks from Bhagavad Gita, that Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he mentions, if you see that somebody's conduct is such, which is not exemplary, which is not according to the words of Guru and Shastra, then what you should do? Sevya natu sang yogya. If needed, you can serve them, but natu sang yogya, but never associate with them. You can serve them if they are in need for clothes, if they are in need for food, or if they are in need for medicine, you can serve them. But natu sang yogya, never think about them, never consider anything about them, never criticize them, never praise them. So keep yourself completely aloof. In this way you will not be associating with them. Staying physically with somebody is not called association. Giving food to them without affection, out of humanity, it's not considered association. Association is forbidden, but service, if required, one can do. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned all these kind of things. I think that's it for now.
When we associate with someone, we are bound to become.
We are bound to
become attached, disturbed by that.
You can put your question in a very clear way to me. I can tell to Maharaj.
That.
Yeah.
We are associating with anyone. We must become affected by their.
बोल रहे हैं कि जब हम किसी का संग करते हैं,
हाँ,
तब हम लोगों का स्वाभाविक होता है कि हम उनके अच्छे या बुरे क्रियाओं को देख करके उसके द्वारा कुछ अफेक्टेड होते हैं।
हाँ।
तो उस स्थिति में क्या इस रूल को कैसे फॉलो करें? ना प्रशंसित ना गरेत।
इसका कैसे फॉलो करे?
जब हम किसी का संग कर रहे हैं,
हाँ।
तो उनकी वस्तुएं दिखलाई भी देती हैं। दिखलाई देने पर भी किस
दिखाई
प्रकार
देने से भी आपको यही फॉलो करना पड़ेगा। ये जो है, ये वंचना कर रहा है, इसके लिए मैं क्यों वंचित हूँ, उसको देखेंगे। इसलिए तो बोलो पीछे सुधराचार भजते माम अनन्यमाम साधुरेव समन्तं सन्मार्ग व्यवसिताः।
Srila Maharaj is like the question is been asked that when we associate with somebody, come in contact with somebody, Srila Maharaj is saying wait for 1 minute, take prashadam and then go. Just wait for 1 minute. सिर्फ 1 मिनट बोल के छोड़ देते हैं. So Srila Maharaj is mentioning, the question was being asked that if we are associating with somebody, then it is natural that if they do some good activity, that also comes in our mind, and if they don't follow anything properly, then also we get affected by that and thought comes in our mind. So
like the example, when you associate with milk, you get the result of that.
So Srila Maharaj mentioned that that is why it has been mentioned that even if you are associating with somebody, then if that person is a devotee and behaving like a devotee, but then if you see some fault in their conduct, then how to take it? Srila Maharaj mentioned that Earlier also he was mentioning this to me one day in the room, that if something like that, then what we have to do? We have to unseen. The word Maharaj used. That once I was asking that you glorify your Guru Varga, to whomsoever you associated, many devotees, Srila Prabhupada disciples, but you must have seen something else also, that something which you did not like or something which was not according to the proper like etiquette. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned that sometime even if those things came in the vision, but still I always overseen it. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned one pastime at that time. Today also he mentioned in like Sutra. He mentioned that in in Mahabharata there is one story which has been mentioned, that there was a sadhu who purposely used to keep one young woman in his ashram, in his room. Just say that please sit here. Why? Because he wanted to deceive so many other people, those who used to come to him and disturb in his bhajan. So make them feel that he is not following anything properly, keep them away. He used to keep that young woman in his room. So that's why Srila Maharaj mentioned that people like me, who is not the controller of the devotee, who is not their Guru Varga, whenever something came in the eye, I always kept this particular mood in my heart, that maybe this person is trying to deceive me, but still I will take the safe path. I will not associate with him, but at the same time I will not speak anything about his conduct. I think today we just stop here.
Gaur Pramanand.